I like this comment. I want to share this comment with everybody. So I made a video called My Heritage, Spanish People Think I'm Annoying, but Mexicans and Americans love me. And so Rodolfo Lobo had this to say. I like this comment. Quote, I am watching all your videos and I try to answer all your comments. I do not think that from Spain people hate you because of what you say. I think that from Spain, and that is my way of thinking, I think we have always been little valued and estimated in the United States. After all, that Spain has been for the USA, and I have been commented on 3 or 4 other videos. The United States are from Spanish origin, and Spanish does not represent anything in the United States. I also think that the British are overrated in the USA. USA is made of all Europeans, and England is like any other European country, neither better or worse. As a Spaniard, I am offended by the Spanish stereotypes that exist in the USA, and above all, false. As I told you, for example, I'm sure that over 70% of Spaniards are not gone to a bull ring or seen a flamenco dance. It's as if I tell you that all of the USA are cowboys and they know how to ride horses. I am Spanish and from a region of northern Celtic origin, and I have never seen a bull ring and I've never seen a flamenco dance. Sure, I've repeated myself of some other comment that I have said to you. A greeting, end quote. So, and by the way, I did see the other comment, and the other time I was making a video, I was scrolling, I was trying to find it. So thank you for rehashing this for me. I love this. I value this. Here's what I really think. I think America is somewhere around an equal amount of confused and apathetic when it comes to Europe. And that's a paradox. It's ironic because we're obsessed as a culture about knowing our ethnicity, our DNA, where we came from. We're obsessed with all these tests like My Heritage that I took. We want to know that we're 25% Irish or whatever it is. Oh, I'm 10% Spanish. But see, that's the disconnect that we have as Americans. Once we find out what we are, treating those nationalities as an ethnicity, which is not really the case, but that's how we do it. Once we find that out, we're like, oh, cool. Now I can start enjoying bullfighting because I found out I'm 10% Spanish. That's the American mindset. We're obsessed with DNA. We're obsessed with ethnicity. Once we find it out, we wear it like a badge on our jacket, is what we do. With that being said, we're going off of what we see in movies, and we typically don't do anything to really differentiate what's special about Spain compared to France or Belgium or Switzerland. We pretty much just depend on the stereotypes that we're made familiar with. Not saying that that's right, not saying that that's okay, but I am saying that's probably not going to change. When you're over on this side of the ocean and you have Canada and you have Mexico, you just don't have a reason that you need to know all that about Europe. So I think there's definitely apathy involved, but at the same time, we are obsessed with being able to brag that we're Spanish or brag that we're French or brag whatever it is. Why do we do that? Because we're America. We're so mixed that we don't know what we are. And by finding out that we're 10% Spanish or whatever we are, it helps improve our American identity. This may make 0 sense to you if you're in Europe, but I'm doing my best as an American to explain the American mindset, even if it makes no sense, even if it sounds ignorant. That's the paradox. We're obsessed with finding out where we came from, yet once we find out, we talk about it in a very superficial, artificial way, never really finding out more than the stereotypes about those places that we come from. To me, that's what's going on here. And I can only imagine the stereotypes of Americans of riding bulls and cowboy hats and all that good stuff. But what's funny is, even though I've never done those things, I grew up going to the rodeo and doing all that, listening to country music. So I can relate to those stereotypes. And of course, me being from the South, you may hear the Southern accent that I have. Not a strong one, but I have one. So it is interesting, and you're really helping me think and increase my mind.